eFoods Direct. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
We now take you live
to the Central Texas Command Center
in the heart of the resistance. You're listening to the Alex Jones Show.
Again, the public in the United States is treated like 3-year-olds because we act like it. 5 years ago, George W. Bush put out a press release and admitted 5 different terrorist groups, including 4 of them that are al-Qaeda based, are funded by the U.S. government inside Iran, staging daily terror attacks, blowing up dams, killing people, you name it. Now, the Israelis are operating there as well. A lot of people are like, good, get them. The point is, this is the rules of war. You can't be a crazy hypocrite. What if Iran was blowing up stuff here in the U.S.? They'd be bombed so quick and make your head spin. Again, the globalists don't want to be friends with Iran. They kicked our friends out in '53. They want enemies because the people running America hate America, the special interest. Oh, the leader of Italy, Berlusconi, has finally left. I mean, the guy's even allowed to have underage girlfriends and not get in trouble. But he's still a high-powered puppet. He's mafia high up there, but huge mafia connections, but he's still not a true elitist. He's an elitist servant. And now, oh, crowds are celebrating. He's gone. He's a puppet. Obama's a puppet. Bush was a puppet. The elites stand behind these puppets. And you get angry at them and take out Bush, put in Obama, take out Obama, put in Mitt Romney, and it just gets worse. You got to go off of who they were bought and paid for by, not off the rhetoric. It's off their real track record. Incredible. Look at this. Obama says China must play by the rules, but he admits America's been a little bit lazy. You mean the 100 million people on the government dole or on welfare one way or the other always want more, what the American people that work harder and harder. Those that do work in major studies in America work on average 2 jobs and on average about 12 hours a day, including weekends. And our country and the family is falling apart. And those that do work, you can go look up the actuaries on this. Americans that do work are the hardest working per capita in the world. You know people who are successful? Yeah, they're working at midnight, aren't they? I know I am a lot. I grab a little hour here, hour there, a few hours with my children. I'm so dedicated to my work, even when I'm with them, I can't stand it. I'm still working. you got people that want to just live, at a certain level, want to do their 8 hours. That's great. They're still working hard as well and paying more and more taxes. But then you got all these other people working for the big mega banks. Again, they don't know they work for the big mega banks, but the big welfare class are like, give us more. And the elite, anytime they want, can sick them on what's left of the middle class. That's the dependent class the ultra-rich want. And that's something the Republicans will never tell you because they're part of it as well. But that's the whole Democrat game. And don't worry, China agency warns of new U.S. downgrade. Last time they did that, we went from AAA plus to AAA, which means we pay more interest to the banksters who are the ones we're bailing out. We bail them out with tens of trillions. They raise our taxes and austerity globally, cut benefits, cut services, and then they lecture us and we pay higher interest. Gotta love that one, don't you? I'd buy that for $1. Okay, let me get to this Ron Paul. I want to come back, take a bunch of your calls, and spend at least 20 minutes on geoengineering, the globalist manipulating the weather. The point is the world is waking up to all of this. They want to start a new war to distract people. Ron Paul comes out and says, we lied about WMDs. We can't just start a war with Iran. The Soviets had nukes. We would have war with them. Let's try to work with them. Let's try to be friends with them. Something Iran, by the way, is actually asked to do. Iran had, look at this article. Explosion in Iran rocks Revolutionary Guard's military base. Again, it is in Reuters. It is in mainstream news. It is in the Daily Mail that Israel, England, and the U.S. have special forces there. I mean, look at this article. Pull up BBC. It's up on Drudge. It's also at InfoWars, but it's in the middle column at Drudge for PrisonPlanet.tv viewers. If not, just go online, type in Iran explosion at Revolutionary Guard's military base. 17 soldiers have been killed in an explosion at a military base near Iran's capital, Tehran, officials say. And it's a huge mushroom cloud on the horizon. It's like, it shows a photo from like 20 miles away, and it looks like a mini nuke went off. The blast occurred when weapons were being moved. Yeah, they always say that. Inside a Revolutionary Guard depot, a spokesman for the elite unit told State TV, windows in nearby buildings were shattered. And it goes on to say the top general over their missiles delivery systems was killed. All right, well, point is that article's out there. Let's go ahead and go to this Ron Paul piece. So here's Ron Paul. And Ron Paul, in scientific studies that we have linked in the article. In fact, let me just give you that headline. Well, there's the Iran headline. Iran explosion at Revolutionary Guard military base. So again, our supposed government that's gang raping our whole political and financial system is telling us that we've got to give up all of our liberties and freedoms and have Homeland Security take over every facet of our lives and have domestic checkpoints on major highways and at malls and have Janet Napolitano, when she's not shipping guns into Mexico, to blame it on the Second Amendment, lecturing us about the terrorist threat and brainwashing school children to think that Al-Qaeda is hiding under tables and picnic tables and closets and under their beds. All this is going on. And we've got links to all the scientific studies and reports where Ron Paul gets the least amount of coverage, the least amount of time, and when he does, it's mainly negative. But on average, he gets about 4 minutes and 14 seconds in the studies we've got linked in a debate, in all the debates they've had. Well, now Ron Paul gets 89 seconds to speak in debate. Now CBS News has given him 89 seconds. And you can go look at Mitt Romney and the others, on average got more than 10 minutes. Ron Paul, in an hour-and-a-half debate, got 89 seconds. But he still did a great job in that time. But that shows you, and in every major poll, he's second, third, or fourth place. You actuary it together, he's number 3 going into number 2. And meanwhile, surging is the goblin. Newt Gingrich, who supports carbon taxes, global government. I mean, he wrote the foreword to Alvin and Heidi Toffler's book saying we'll have to get rid of our sovereignty for a global government. Read it. It's online. I've got clips of Newt Gingrich saying we all need microchips in us. This guy is a globalist CFR, New World Order, fake conservative. If I have to explain it to you, there's no hope. I mean, Mitt Romney. Heavens to Betsy. Let's go ahead and go to Ron Paul. 89 seconds. It's like he's in the Indy 500 and they give him a quarter tank of gas, bald tires, and tell him he has to drive 100 miles an hour and everybody else can drive 200. And then when he starts winning, they come out and shotgun his tires out from under him. And then the sheep will say, well, they said he can't win. They said he can't win. When he diagnosed the entire problem we're now facing and predicted it. Here is his 89 seconds.
Follow up with you for just 30 seconds. Is it worth going to war to prevent a nuclear weapon in Iran?
No, it isn't worthwhile. And the only way you would do that is you would have to go to the Congress. We as Commander-in-Chief aren't making the decision to go to war. You know, the old-fashioned way, the Constitution, you go to the Congress and find out if our national security is threatened. And I'm afraid what's going on right now is similar to the war propaganda that went on against Iraq. And, you know, they didn't have weapons of mass destruction, and it was orchestrated, and it was, to me, a tragedy of what's happened these last 10 years, the death and destruction, $4 trillion in debt. So, no, it's not worthwhile going to war. If you do, you get a declaration of war, and you fight it, and you win it, and get it over with.
Thank you, Congressman.
Congressman Paul, my spidey sense tells me we have a debate about to get launched here. I know you have an opinion you'd like to weigh in.
Yes. Torture is illegal, and by our laws, it's illegal by international laws.
How do you define torture, sir?
Well, waterboarding is torture, and many other things. It's illegal under international law and under our law. It's also immoral, and it's also very impractical. There's no evidence that you really get reliable evidence. Why would you accept the position of torturing 100 people because you know one person might have information? And that's what you do when you accept the principle of torture. I think it's uncivilized and have no practical advantages, and it's really un-American to accept on principle that we will torture people that we capture.
And
Major, I have to weigh in on this. I have to say something.
That's it. That's it. You're at the debate. You get 89 seconds, buddy boy, with the cheers, 89 seconds. That's all the time you get. Now, Mitt Romney, 10-plus minutes. Everybody else, you get plenty of time because you're not a real threat. You're not intelligent. You're a bunch of teleprompter reading political prostitutes that can't be trusted. If the American people don't vote for Ron Paul, well, we tried as best we could. We'll continue to fight on. But a lot of you idiots out there deserve what the bankers are doing to you, a designed global depression. We'll be back with your phone calls, geoengineering, chemtrail expose. Stay with us. Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones, and I want to tell you about the Silver Lungs generator. Now you can produce pure and endless colloidal silver and deliver the solution directly into the bloodstream by breathing the solution through the lungs. The respiratory system is the first line of defense for airborne pathogens and viruses. The Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced nano-silver solutions and also delivers the silver nanoparticles instantly into the bloodstream. With continued legislation threatening the sale of nano-silver products, you can now produce pure and endless colloidal silver with the Silver Lungs generator. Very easy to follow step-by-step instructions are provided, making production fast and simple. Go to www.silverlungs.com today and learn more about the breakthrough technology of the Silver Lungs generator. That's www.silverlungs.com. Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
We have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, it seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.